What's up, guys? Chad here with Reviews coming to you from a driveway again today. If you've been following the channel, you know that behind me is my wife's 2018 Honda Odyssey. We have unfortunately been limping along a nail or something in my wife's rear tire. Every day it loses about 5 pounds. So nothing that's like crazy, crazy dangerous or nothing that's leaking too fast, but it is annoying. And, really we should be riding around with something in your tire with air leaking out of it anyways. So I got something for it, and I'm going to show you how I'm repairing this tire real easy. So stay tuned right after this. This is what I got. Okay, it's the Rhino USA pocket plug pack, and I'm going to show you what's in it. It comes with T-handle, reamer, 1 pencil tire gauge, 9 tire plugs, T-handle plugger, cement tube, and utility knife. Comes with a nice hard case, bright green so you can see it, hopefully not lose it. The story is I had an older tire plug kit. It used to sit right back here. I have some jumper cables, and I have this in here just in case my wife's out and about and she needs something. And the van got cleaned out, not by myself, but somebody cleaned out this back area at one point, and the tire plug kit is MIA. So that's why I got this one. So I'm going to show you what we got inside of here. Okay, we got this nice little thing about Rhino USA. Nice guys. And this little thing's information kind of tells you how to get the warranty. I'm not going to worry about the warranty on this. And in normal Rhino USA fashion, just about everything I've ever ordered from Rhino comes with a nice pack of stickers. And here we go. Alright, so again, like I said, there was 9 of these. There's 3 packs of 3. You got your rubber cement. You got a nice little knife in case you got to do some cutting. You got a tire gauge. And, you got your 2 T-handles. So, I'm going to find this nail on this tire and get to work. First, I always put the emergency brake on, and then I get my nice Daytona floor jack and start to lift. There we go. Nothing too crazy, just a little bit off the ground here. There we go. Alright, as you can see, got my hand under there. Next thing, we get my impact and get this tire off. Next thing, take the tire off. There we go. And I'm gonna do, there she is, right there on the top. Nice little rusty, looks like a nail. Well, there it is. Alright, well, I gotta get this thing patched, so let me walk you through that. Yes, guys, it never fails. Every time, just about every time there's a new roof put on a house anywhere on the road that my wife takes to go to and from work or bring the kids to and from, for some reason we always are getting nails. Now, in the kit, I showed you what was included. In that kit, nothing in there is really going to help you get this nail out. I have some pliers here, and again, I'm just doing this with one hand, so I might have to put this down and do it with 2 hands. But here we go. Let's see how long this nail is. Sorry, guys. There we go, you hear that? That rusty little bastard. First thing we are going to do is we are going to take, I call this a file. I know they call it something different on here. Essentially, this hole is too small, okay, for this other piece here with a patch to go. So essentially, we have to make the hole bigger to actually put the patch in. So you're going to want to put that right down in there. Give. All right, it's not 100%. It's not that easy. I mean, you really got to put some good strength into it. But you essentially want to pull it in, take it out, back and forth a few times. I don't know if you can hear that noise. Kind of sounds like some grinding sort of noise. That's the little teeth on here kind of making the hole the correct size for the patch. So what you're going to need to do is grab one of the little plug kits from here, or the little plugs, run it about halfway through this. Kind of looks like a giant needle. Again, I got this still plugged up with that. It's going to be difficult for me to hold the camera and do this at the same time, but you essentially push straight, and then you kind of pull one side or the other and try to pull this back out. So, because obviously this little thing has to come back through the eye of this tool. So, let me see what I can do with one hand here. All right, again, make sure this is nice and clean. All right, let's see if I can do this with one hand. Let's see. Well, there we have it. There is the longer tail, and the shorter tail is kind of right here. What I did was, because the hole was so small, even after kind of sanding it down with this, it was still a little on the very tight side, to say the least. So what I did was I put about a third of it sticking out one side and 2/3 sticking out the other when I had it. Put it in there, and this is what it looks like. So the last thing you do, and the reason why you have this, obviously in an emergency situation, it's not really that big of a deal because the road is going to, you know, wear this right down. But this is essentially what this little knife is for, to cut off the tail here. And I'm going to get this filled up and let you know if it holds. Got my little Cobalt air compressor hooked up to this. I just use this for pretty much my wife's van and some trailer tires. It does a good job. I mean, it can get up to like probably 80 psi on small tires. This tire, per the door jamb and the tire here, 35 is what I'm going to inflate it up to. So well, 35 pounds, good to go. Now, here is the plug. There is zero hissing sound, but if you really want to double check, make sure put some soapy water on that thing, and make sure you don't actually see any bubbles at all. Obviously, there are suds from the actual soap itself, but you would actually see bubbles being kind of like blown from the edges of where the plug is, and there's none. So, good to go. Don't forget, one of the most important parts is to make sure the lug nuts are on there secure. I know I have an impact, and I pretty much, you know, tighten them with a couple ugga-dugs, but after that I actually go through and put in 120 foot-pounds like the owner's manual says. So I go around and get all that out of the way. There we go. 120 there. There we go. I'm going to do all of them, and that's it. Before I send my wife and my kids out into the world with any sort of a vehicle fix that has to do with potentially something that is dangerous, I always like to do a little test drive afterwards and check it out. 35 all the way around. So just went for a few minute drive, and everything is holding up good. So yeah, 2 thumbs up.